Impossible, impossible.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They start the drive with Cook. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Again, it's Cook. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. He'll decide to keep this once more. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return, and the Bears take over. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Play action. It's Fields. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by a Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Cook again. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that. And
this time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
Now a run with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. He's got room at the 30. There he goes right side. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the... Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Levante David. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 46 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And Cook has it, left side. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. He's got a man. Complete. 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Devontae Smith, 97 yards. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Parkey with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And some room to roam now. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
19, Mike 19. Red, cycle. Mike 19, Mike 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here just shy of the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Eluding the pressure right. This is Smith with a grab. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now Fields steps away to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. 35's the mic. Ben.
Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Mike 19, Mike 19.
Let's go, D.
Mike 19. Go. Here we go. Mike 19, Mike 19.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 42 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Watch the run. Good sock, baby. That's baby sock.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields forced out to his left. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 24. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Flushed out right. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. Being chased out left. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
On second down, Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Mike 19, Mike 19.
We want this.
On second down, Cook. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You pup.
6, Madden.
Mike 19, Mike 19. 6 man. Check girl.
Back to throw. He gets this to Thornton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Here we go. Mike 19, Mike 19. Quarterback, don't get nervous.
Now back to throw.
Don't get nervous.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Running for it, Montgomery. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. To throw is Fields. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
He'll buy some time right.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Check. Fresno. Switch.
Fields now to throw.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
That's going to be a long day.
Here's Fields. Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A 9-yard touchdown there.
And the Bears get a bit closer. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere, they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns him there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball, partner, because they've been spending their time trying to stop them from all angles. This time the tight end gets them.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, I mean, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the calendar changed October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week